Well, Ann Coulter, of course, the best-selling author and columnist. You should go to AnnCoulter.com. You can get her books and her column and a lot of great stuff up there. AnnCoulter.com. And, of course, follow her on Twitter. Ann Coulter, how you doing?
I'm the happiest person in America. I mean, I think you at least expected that every single poll was wrong. Oh, my gosh, are the pollsters humiliated? Whatever happens now, and Trump is in a good position, whatever happens now, all these pollsters, and you probably read the same things I did, Nate Silver, 538, no, this is why you can believe the polls this year. Yes, we made a mistake 4 years ago. We didn't count enough non-college educated white man or something like that. No, we threw them in. We got up to the numbers of 2016. Every poll consistently for 3 months with Biden up across the country by 10 points in each one of these states, from 3 to 10 points. I've been looking at them. Unbelievable. Completely wrong again.
Yeah, well, that's the good news. But the bad news is we haven't gotten rid of Biden yet. What do you think is going to happen here?
I was just thinking, I think Biden is the happiest person in America, besides me, right now, because he's not going to have to explain to AOC why he's not implementing communism.
Well, but what do you think is going to happen? When are we going to know? Friday? A week from Friday?
I hope by Friday. I mean, this does show... This isn't a partisan thing. This just isn't how a civilized first world country should be running elections. Yeah, okay, you had the excuse of COVID this year. I think there should be no more of this early voting. The votes, all the votes should be in and done by one day. In fact, Lars Larson had a great idea, which I kind of like, and that's we have the same 24 hours in every state. And that's when you vote in person. By the way, that would hurt Republicans, who are the main, in a normal time, not a COVID and liberals are panicked time, but in a normal time, Republicans, of course, send in the most absentee ballots, because why do you need an absentee ballot? Because you're traveling for some sort of job.
Also, military, a lot of military. Absolutely.
Military, okay. Other than military, they get to send in their ballots. But other than that, just make everybody go in, vote in person. You get 24 hours, and it's done. Done.
So, you're not making me feel good here. What's going to happen?
Oh, I have no idea. Go ahead.
Is this a coincidence that all the Republican governor states got their ballots counted and the states we're waiting for all seem to have suspicious Democratic governors? Is that a coincidence?
No, it would seem not. There are an awful lot of coincidences, and all the shutdowns in Democrat states, all of the riots, or the really heinous riots in Democrat states, and uncontrolled riots in Democrat states. No, Americans, I don't care if you want, socialism at the federal level, please start voting Republican at the local level just for your own peace of mind, your own safety. Not only that, but it does, by and large, it's the big cities, Milwaukee in Wisconsin, Detroit in Michigan, Atlanta area in Georgia. And, of course, that makes anyone familiar with history a little bit nervous, because what these big city machines have done in the past, it's simply a fact, is they wait to see how many votes they need and then manufacture them. So Trump and the Republicans in these states better have a lot of poll watchers, not poll watchers, but, vote counter watchers, better have them there watching everything, because they can just wait to see, well, who's registered and hasn't voted. Let's vote for that person. And this isn't, liberals love to scream, oh, it's a fiction, this never happens. No, everyone knows it happens. Democrats have written about it for the 1968 election, when Kennedy quotes, that was 68, right? Kennedy, quote, beats Nixon in Chicago. No, they just waited for Daley. Sorry, 60. They just waited for Daley to manufacture the votes that were needed. Same thing was done in Texas. And, footnote, I know a Democratic operative who used to do this in Chicago.
Yeah. So, I don't know. This is very tense. So I think I'm trying to remember my history. In 1968, it was Nixon versus Humphrey. Wasn't that one of those elections where they didn't know the next day? I think. they didn't know the next day they had
I
to wait?
don't know. It's rather rare, and there's no reason for it to be this way. One other piece of what looks like, we don't fully know yet, fantastic news, is that looks like Republicans will hold the Senate, which I was terrified of, even though I don't like a lot of the senators running this year. Don't care, kept my lip zipped. I love divided government, then they can't oppress us. But it looks like Tillis has won in North Carolina. The blessed, what's his name, John James in Michigan, which is fantastic. Looks like Collins is holding on to her seat. It's preliminary now, though, so don't hold me to these, which means we will have picked up 2 seats. That will be Michigan and, of course, Alabama, which was expected, and have only lost 2 seats. If Republicans walked away from this election not losing any seats in the Senate, oh, please, God, let that be true. I'm not taking the Lord's name in vain. I really mean it.
It looks like Lindsey Graham has won, so that's good news and bad news.
Yes, oh, exactly, that's what I mean. Oh, my gosh, and if you've been watching MSNBC, they were so sure Lindsey Graham was going down. Well, they were so sure this was going to be a huge landslide for Biden.
Yeah. Hey, so what do you think? Hunter Biden must be feeling good today. Like, whoa, we have a chance. I may be able to get some contracts.
I think a lot of people are nervous today, but it mostly should be the pollsters. They're going to have to learn to code. I'm really stunned.
And why are you so happy? You're laughing. We're all tense. We're all on a window ledge. You're so happy today.
I never expected it to be this good. I mean, I did expect Trump to win Florida. This is basically, it was just all night. It was hurdle after hurdle Trump had to overcome, and we were left with what I always thought were going to be the battleground states, the industrial Midwest. And things look pretty good there, but the media has been humiliated. The pollsters have been humiliated. It's so great that Republicans, and this isn't, I think it's worth pointing out, this doesn't end with Trump. Whether or not he fulfilled them, as you know, I've been encouraging him in increasingly strident terms to keep his promises. The populist Republican Party has triumphed now. Look at these Republicans winning in their Senate races as well. It's not like this is just a vote for Trump and the cult of personality. No, it isn't. As good or bad as Trump is, Republicans often outperforms Trump in the states. So people don't want the riots, and they don't want the identity politics, and they do hate the media and the deep state. I mean, this whole election, I think, is more easily explicable as a for lack of a better term, a hate election. I, of course, happily voted for Trump because I hate the media. And I think 99% of the Biden vote, who likes Biden? Nobody likes Biden. It was all a hate Trump vote. It's a very weird election.
No, I agree. Hey, even Jill Biden doesn't like Biden, but she voted for him. So,
nor the daughter he introduced yesterday as Beau. Wow.
Hey, I kept saying New York was in play. Biden won New York. But take a look at this. Trump got 42% of the vote in New York. That's pretty amazing. That's a lot for...
That's particularly amazing. And listeners, I want you to remember this nonsense about, Democrats would have won every election if it were the popular vote. No, if you tell us before the election that it's a popular vote, I promise you'll have a lot more Republicans voting in New York and California. In New York, I think most of my friends vote. Some don't. But it's certainly not like people voting in Georgia or Florida or Michigan. In California, I know loads of Republicans. I don't know a single one who votes because they tell me it's not going to change the outcome. All it does is get me on a jury selection list.
Well, Ann Coulter, great talking to you. The new column comes out tonight.
Yeah, that was fun, trying to write a column and a speech about an election that we still don't know the results of.
Well, hey, follow Ann Coulter on Twitter. She's tweeting all the time. Great stuff. It's Ann Coulter at Twitter, and the new column comes out tonight. And get all of her books. If you haven't read all
in case you have any listeners in or near Oklahoma, I'll be speaking at the University of Oklahoma in Norman.
Oh, okay. Go see her in Oklahoma, the state that Donald Trump has won. But just go to AnnCoulter.com. You can get everything there. You can get all the information. AnnCoulter.com. Ann Coulter, thanks for being with us.
Good to talk to you, Mark Simone. Bye-bye.